it's fucking sorted.
Yes, yes
You're
it is.
included now, right? Yep.
Yep.
Right. Fucking, it's only the third time we've tried to record it. You've not didn't include your audio, so yeah, well done. I'm going for a piss. I'll be right back. Keep the crowd entertained.
Okay, I will. You know this guy? He's pretty big, large, enormous. The fact that this guy can indent a crater inside of a couch is scary. This man has plus size underwear, the size that no other else. He's literally British queso, and he's calling you out. He's dense, big, round, enormous, a perfect sphere, and the perfect Minecraft shaped head that you've ever seen in my life. In yours. Not joking with you. This man is built like a Minecraft block. Built with it like a titanical, overgrown, enormous black hole. He could swallow anything, and he can rival queso. Scary. Scary how he can be like that. Also, by the way, he's really overweight, so he's just he's just big, you know. It's just I don't know. Like there's days where he's oh shit. Uh-oh. I thought I heard him. Yeah, he sometimes mostly wastes his paycheck on like buffets, going on, McDonald's. Oh. And so, he's a
You
good
better have
guy.
kept him
He's
entertained,
a
you
very
piece
nice
of
guy,
shit.
and
Yeah.
he's
What
oh
were you
yeah,
actually
yeah, I was
saying?
just saying how
Nothing.
no, yeah, I was just saying how good of a guy you are.
Oh, it's alright. I'll probably edit it out anyway. Unless I think it's funny, then I'll keep it in. Anywho,
It was definitely nothing about
hello
your weight.
everybody, and welcome to the third episode of the Across the Pond podcast. I'm your host, Malius Babalius, and as ever, the ever questioning his sexuality, Tony. Say hello, mate. So anyway, yeah, we're actually keeping to this. First episode should be uploaded by now. I hope you're all enjoying it. I enjoyed making it. It's just a chance to sit down on my ass and do fuck all, which is what I love doing. Tappy Tap still in store, by the way. We noticed that nobody bought it, and you should, because it's a great
Oh,
product. But we've got a new sponsor today. So today's episode of Across the Pond is sponsored by Ephraim's free foreskin removal. So let me ask you a question: have you ever looked down at your rod and thought it would look a lot better without a sheath? Right. Well, now you can. If you go to Ephraim's free. Right, stop. You're making me fuck up in the sponsor. Yeah. Ephraim's free.
I'm drinking Tappy Tap, okay? It will never break our sponsorship.
Ephraim's free foreskin removal for
Keep talking, fatty.
100% off. For 100% off. And if you pay an extra $14.99, you can get a wallet made. Fuck it. Scrap the fucking sponsor. Scrap the sponsor. Never mind. I'm keeping the fucking money. They can fuck off. So yeah, what have you been up to this week, Tony? I'm sure everyone's
Well,
willing to fucking know. I'm sure they're
I'm
thrilled.
not thrilled. Well, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Uh, the new Venom movie's out. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, from
Venom.
what I heard, I haven't watched it yet. Planned on watching that thing. Um, the thing is, though, I don't want to be spoiled by it, okay? That's the
Mm,
one thing. I will not be spoiled by it, right? But I heard a rumor that Anti-Venom's supposed to be in that movie.
right.
Apparently. But, I mean, my question is that how are they gonna fit Anti-Venom into, like, the Sony and, Venomverse, you know what I mean?
I have no idea. Well,
Well,
there's going to be two
Anti-Venom's,
different versions of the character now, isn't there? Because there's the whole Marvel side of things too.
well, yeah, and also we don't know, is he gonna be Venom? Or it's just Venom. Anti-Venom is a very interesting character where he doesn't have a symbiote mind. It's just you controlling symbiote-like
Yeah,
abilities.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong, you're overpowered.
It's a synthetic symbiote, isn't it? If I remember right from the comics.
From white blood cells, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was leftover symbiotes that bonded with white blood cells, that merged with Eddie Brock that became Anti-Venom through Mr. Negative, and yeah, you can read the comic about that. So didn't mean to spoil it for you guys if you didn't read that comic, but eh, who cares? It's
Yeah,
it's out
it's
there.
just a bunch of sweaty nerds
And also
just pissing
and
themselves
also
over a piece of paper with pretty pictures on it. I'm just kidding. I love comics
yeah,
myself. Anyway,
and also Ray, can we just talk about how this guy is immune to fire, sound, and literally everything radioactive cannot affect him at all?
mm,
Like like dude, Captain America threw his shield at him and goes, "Yeah, vibration.
yeah,
Nope,
that
don't work
thing
on
can
me."
cut through tanks too. So,
He caught it
mm,
he caught it with his hand.
loud
He
noises,
caught it and
vibrations, fire. Those are things he's all weakness to. Not this one. He's like, nah, I ain't got no weaknesses. I mean, viruses maybe if it's strong enough, but I mean
but
that's
he
from the
but
comic that I read. I can't remember what it was called though.
oh yeah, but
What do you
dude,
want, mate? I'm
he
recording.
survived.
Sorry, my
He
dog's just.
survived.
What are you doing?
Oh, the dog.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm talking to you. He's a big floppy head fuck. Yes, you are. He's a big floppy head bastard, aren't you? Mwah. Go on, bed. Don't interrupt me while
Give
I'm
him some
being.
tappy tap.
No, I don't fancy getting another dog. I've already gone through 6 this week.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you can really taste the fluoride, can't you? Anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
so
Yeah, as
anyway, yeah, carry on.
yeah, so as I was saying, right? I mean, it's just he's like honestly, right? He survived a genetically modified poison or whatever disease that could kill him. He survived a disease that could kill him, and he came back.
Mm,
It's like how? That's how. And also, by the way, let's face the fact that this guy can heal every single disease known to man.
mm,
He could heal every single disease known to man. And if you touch him with the Venom symbiote or any type of symbiote, he burns you.
mm.
He can literally remove and kill a symbiote off of you.
Crazy.
Uh,
He's like a cool.
but
He's just a cool power in general. He's a cool character. I must admit. I don't know too much about him. To be honest, like the whole the whole symbiote thing, it's been pretty played out since Secret Wars. It's like in every fucking story nowadays.
oh, excuse me. But yeah,
Um, it just
it's
to
pretty
me, but yeah,
terrifying. Actually,
the
speaking
characters
of
don't appeal much to me.
Terrifier, or speaking of terrifying,
That was a seamless
Terrifier 3.
transition. Would you like me to do that for you? Would you like me to do that
Yeah,
transition for you?
sorry.
I'll do that
No, because you
transition for
interrupted
you.
me.
I'll do that transition. Shut the fuck up.
It's because you. No, it's
Listen,
because you
listen,
interrupted
listen,
me.
listen. I'm in charge of this show, right? And if I think you fuck something up, I'm going to take it off you. Because you work for me. And until you've paid your debt off, you're mine. So, try and be a
You're
little bit more fucking professional while we're talking, please. Because we're trying to entertain people here. Do I make myself crystal clear?
you're built like a pumpkin. Anyways, so Terrifier 3.
Speaking of
I mean,
the terrifying, the new Terrifier movie came out recently. Do you want to maybe try it like that? Do you want me to take it from the top maybe?
can you stop correcting me? You overgrown balloon. Anyways, so anyways, so
Sweaty illegal. What?
uh yeah, okay. Yeah. So as I was saying, right? Yeah, um yeah, I watched it on a YouTube video uh that this guy found.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
He
Okay, just to clarify, for legal reasons, I didn't find it. I wasn't looking for it. I wasn't sent it. We haven't even watched the movie. This is all just yeah. We someone ripped it and we watched it. We didn't download it. We didn't distribute it. We've got no
we
legal
found it on
liability at all.
YouTube.
Yeah. So
We literally found it.
it was that guy. It was that guy. It's not us. Yeah. It wasn't us.
Yeah, yeah, we found it on YouTube. So anyways, so
But before we get started on that, just so no one bitches and moans about it, spoilers for Terrifier 3. Obviously we can't go into details because of the nature of the film, but yeah, spoilers for what we can talk about. So you've been warned. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right, go.
yeah, so the opening scene. What the hell?
Mm.
What what the hell? The man literally goes Paul Bunyan on a kid.
Yeah.
He goes Paul Bunyan on a kid. Like what? Like it's just like what okay, what why? What how? Like it completely shocked me on
Bearing in,
how
bearing in mind though, like getting a movie where a child gets deleted,
Paul Bunyan.
is that right? It gets Paul Bunyan. Well, gets I don't know, unalived. That's the TikTok safe word. I'm sure it'll work here.
Yes.
Any movie where a child gets unalived anyway is. I fucking hate this, you know. Quick side rant. I really, really hate having to change words. It's we're all adults here. There might be some kids watching, but they're not going to have an aneurysm if I say the word killed. I'm going to have to censor that out in post, right? They're not going to have a fucking aneurysm about it. It's not the end of the world. You know what? I don't give a shit. I'm saying the word killed. I don't care. You can age restrict me if you want. Fuck off. I don't conform to that shit. So anyway, yeah, getting a kid killed in a movie, if it wasn't, like, integral to the plot, was basically a no-no for, like, the longest time. Like,
Oh,
for
dude, of
example,
course.
like, Michael Myers kills a kid. It's only in the last sort of 10, 15 years that we've actually seen it like that, you know. Like, it's in US,
Yep.
especially, like, Western cinema, kids dying, if unless it's integral to the plot, is basically unheard of. Like,
Well, yeah,
it's
because
the
what the
the
hell?
first one I remember was the Michael Myers, what was it called? Halloween, the remake one, where there's that
Yes,
hunter kid.
yes.
Remember that movie? In
Yeah,
that
he
hunt,
could.
where the
Yeah,
hunter
yeah.
kid, he just kills a kid on screen. When I first
We're
saw
like,
that, I
holy
was like,
shit.
oh, flip. You
I
know what I
mean,
mean?
didn't
That
he
was a heavy
strangle him or
F. That
whatever?
was a heavy F. I nearly fucked up. Oh, oh, sorry, I did it again.
Yep.
Funny joke, funny meme, funny meme, funny meme. Golf clap.
Didn't he strangle him?
Yeah, I think so. Um,
Okay, don't get me wrong. He strangled. That's
he Andrew
brutal.
Tated a kid.
Yeah, he like. Don't get me wrong, right? That's brutal, right? But this man went Paul Bunyan like axe chopper mode on a kid. This man literally made him into
And it was
sushi.
fair enough. It was implied, but we all know who was in that bedroom. Like we didn't, if I remember correctly, we didn't actually see him doing it, did we?
No, we did
But
not. But
but
still,
it's
the
heavy. It's
aftermath.
implied, and we know what's happening. And that movie is just pushing boundaries left, right, and center. Like he does merc is a okay word that we can use. Fuck it, he does kill a bunch of kids on screen at one
Yes.
point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But we'll get to that. So I don't. It's just there's it is essentially just gore fest. There's like the plot comes second and the kills come first. You can tell, but
Yes,
yeah, I was
yes.
not expecting that in the first 5 minutes. I really wasn't.
Well, I wasn't either. Well, do you remember how we didn't we invite Miguel to come and watch it?
Oh yeah, but he's busy. He's a busy a lot these days. He doesn't talk
Yeah,
to me
no, no,
much
no. Who,
anymore.
wait, no, no,
He's
no. Who
rich.
who else do we
He's got his new
who else do we
friends.
invite to like come with us just to watch it?
Plenty of people.
Yeah, and
They were
then they
all
were like,
busy
oh
though.
no, no, you
Funnily
don't.
enough, yeah, but they were all busy. Yeah.
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 I mean, don't get me wrong, right? I mean, I had everything set up and planned out for that movie, but what the hell?
Mhm.
The opening scene was just
It's like little Jemima or Jenny or whatever the fuck her name was. They were all just like, "Oh, hello, it's Christmas." Ha 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 ha. And then all of a sudden, Art
literally.
just slinks into the room like the Grinch, and he goes into his little bag of fuckery, and then that happens, and then
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
flashbacks, and that was a scene. The Santa scene was funny, where he
Oh,
pees on that dude. That was funny.
oh,
That
wait, do
was
you
really
remember?
funny.
I mean, more about kids though. Do you remember when he was passing, like, actually pretending to be Santa in the mall and was giving out presents, and all of a sudden this man just goes freaking terrorist mode and just goes,
Oh, we can't say that word. I know that's a definite word we can't say. He goes firecracker on a bunch of kids.
yes, yes, yes,
Literally,
he
he
goes
goes
firecracker.
firecracker on a bunch of kids. Like extremis
This
virus.
man
Boom.
literally, this man was trying to, actually, no, no, I can't say it. I can't say
Yeah,
that.
you can't say anything like that these
I
days.
can't
So
say, I can't.
he
I was about to say something.
he introduces them
Um,
to the Katy Perry song "Firework" in a very literal way. Let's put it that way.
yeah, and 6 kids die.
On screen as well. It's not even like implied. It is on screen.
Literally, it said 6 kids. I think they got wounded, but I'm sorry, wounded
No,
my ass.
I'm
They
sorry.
all
That
got
first kid,
murked.
that kid that opened the box, he was right there. His head
How did he get
would
wounded?
have been the only thing that was still intact. It would have gone and just fucked off into the wind. Everything else is obliterated. And also because we don't know what he put in there, because you know he's not a particularly nice clown. So I can imagine it wouldn't be streamers and confetti in there. I imagine it would be something pretty nasty. along the line of, like a 6-inch nail and stuff like that, maybe. So
Oh yeah,
he just
shrapnel was in it
murks a
too.
bunch of kids, and then that's kind of like that was the only bit in the scene where I thought like, nah, that's a step too far. I'm sorry. I mean, I know he's a psychopath and he doesn't. He's
Yeah, but
genuinely just cold
why?
and he's evil, like genuinely evil. But even then, that's a step too far in the wrong direction. I mean, he does some heinous shit throughout the whole film. Don't get me wrong.
Well,
But that scene for me, that
what?
was too much. I'm sorry. Everything else was like a
Well, when I
cakewalk
saw
compared
that,
to that.
yeah, well, when I saw that, right, I was like, what? Like,
But
what's
it's
the
like
purpose of that?
the thing is, it's one of the least graphic kills in the movie, though.
And it's the most tragic one.
Exactly. It's like they pay no mind to it. It's like, okay, you're dead now. Move on.
Like, like, okay.
And what was
Um,
the purpose? I don't understand because, like, it's not like
was it to
it's a
make a
whole.
point?
Was it
Like, was
literally
it to
just to
make a
go to
point? Like,
what's her
what?
face? What's her name? I
See,
forgot. Sienna?
Cerebus.
Sienna? Is that her
Yeah.
name?
Oh,
The
yeah.
angel girl, the main one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sienna, right? So Sienna is like having PTSD and she's like flipping and flapping. It's like, oh my god, he's back,
And
he's back,
this
he's back.
man decides to go. "Oh."
Literally just decides to go in a mall full of people, and like I don't know. The woman scream did it for me. That's what broke me. The woman scream because it's obviously not a nice thing, but that voice actress nailed it. Like for real, she
Oh,
sounds in
dude.
pain.
Oh,
Um,
dude. And the thing is, right? Like, sorry to interrupt you. The thing is,
alright.
right? When he opened the box, literally, and when I heard the chitty, and I'm like, oh.
Mhm. It was
My
like
reaction was just,
it was a
oh.
gut punch for me as well.
Like,
It was
literally,
a
I was just like,
genuine gut punch for me.
dude, my mouth dropped. Like,
Mhm.
I literally stood there for 30 seconds processing what the hell.
Oh, but it's alright because then it moves immediately into the next scene like nothing happened. There's no
Yeah,
somber
yeah.
5 seconds to
What the
just relax
hell?
and process. It's literally just like, oh well, la 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 la, sing a happy song.
Like,
Like, motherfucker, you just killed like 6 children. What are you doing?
and also they said wounded. I beg to differ, wounded.
I don't think so. No, no.
An
It
explosion
wasn't a
that
party
big?
popper. It wasn't a party popper that he pulled off. No, that was something else. No,
Oh,
definitely not.
yeah, yeah.
Definitely not.
And well, the one thing also another thing that I did not like about it was how the hell did he know where her brother was?
Yeah. Okay, so
How?
from this point on, it's major, major spoilers. Don't watch from here onwards,
Yep.
unless you want actual real spoilers for the movie, because we are spoiling integral bits of the plot here. Yeah. Number three things about that. Number one, how'd you find the brother? How'd you know where he lived? Unless you've got some like trace on him. Number two, how did that demon bitch get his voice? Because they've never met before. Unless is it? Hold on. If I remember right, Art is controlling her body, right?
Yes.
All right, so never mind. Scratch that. Okay, so just 2 points then. Number two, the bullshit that they pulled with that character. He could have had a proper redemption arc because in the first one, he's again spoilers for Terrifier 2 as well. He's a quivering little pussy. He's just there like he pulls out again. Can I say this word? They can say it in Call of Duty videos, so I guess it's okay.
Yeah.
He pulls a gun out and murks Hart just off the face of the earth. That's it. That's all he does in that movie. He doesn't try and fight back once. So they could have had him as some roided out, jacked up fucking
Yes.
boxing character, and he's like learning how to, I know he's getting out to cope, but just in
He's
case he
going
comes
through
back, like
going through shit.
he could have they could have bigged him up, or like give him some kind of training or self defense or anything, or he could have at least tried to fight back, but no. So
Well,
again, major spoiler: they kill him off screen, and they use this big reveal because they've got the main bitch in a chair, and after they've tortured another character to death. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna go into
the
it.
rat scene.
After the rat scene. That's we cannot even begin to describe what happens in there.
Oh gosh.
So we'll just say Mickey Mouse gets put in the hot seat and decides to take the back entrance out. That's really all we can say. Decides to go the scenic route to get away from it. That's as much of
Master
a
Splinter
description
literally
as I can
sliced
give.
through someone.
Yeah, he sliced through that butter. That's all I'm saying. It's
Yep,
like she
exotic butter.
had a bit of a sore throat. That's literally as far into a description as we can go because with these movies you've got to play it so careful. So yeah, they kill the brother off screen and then they do this bullshit. And again, big spoiler warning. They do this bullshit where they kill him off screen. Then the main woman who's tied to the chair they then tell her that it's her little niece who she's really, really attached to. All of a sudden, like out
Yep.
of fucking nowhere. And in fairness, they do a good job at building up the relationship, but that's by the by. And then there's a reveal where, oh yeah, by the way, pulls the screaming kid out. That's not your niece, and then puts the brother's glasses on this skull. So a main character from the last movie, they just killed him off screen, and
And
then
also, wait.
boiled his skull up. I'm assuming to make all the skin fall off,
Yep.
and then put a pair of specs on it.
Yeah. Wait a second. My question was, where was the pale girl?
Yeah, me too. I don't know. Is that like the demons manifesting for arts, and then
No, no
that's how he realizes,
apparently,
or
well, apparently the pale girl was the same type of demon that Art is. So, weird thing about Art, he's a demon that just wants to create chaos.
yeah,
And he goes by frickin' Jeepers Creepers logical. Oh yeah, he comes back every 5 years or whatever.
it
I don't
logic. You
know.
mean
Huh?
it's logic? You mean?
Yeah, it logic. Yeah, sure.
Well, I don't think it. Well, again, in the movie, it doesn't make it clear. I've not been on the same websites as you, but
Well,
it seems to me that he can just go into stasis whenever he feels like it now.
and he
Because
can
there
wake
was
up
no,
like
because it was
whenever he
like
wants.
5 years, and he just went to sleep, and he obviously doesn't need to eat now. So my personal working theory is he was a serial killer in the beginning. He's just a regular Joe Schmo. Because
Made a pack.
he doesn't really survive much in the first movie that you couldn't realistically survive. Like it would hurt. The stuff he went through would hurt, yeah, and it'd probably disable a regular person. But
Yeah.
he survives some shit. Then he checks out of that movie, and then when he comes back in the second movie, that's when demon powers activated, and then in the third movie is when he's obviously this is him back at his most powerful now. This is him like fully embrace it. Excuse me. Hair in my mouth. Hair in my mouth.
Well, even
Let
he
me
was
take a sip
confused
of
about the pale girl.
tappy tap to deal with it. 1 second.
I think you got the hair from the Taffy Tap.
More than likely, it is bottled in Pripyat, so. Oh, but it just cleared me right
But
up. So anyway, where was
but
I?
the thing is though,
Yeah, so he
you
goes full
you
demon mode in this one, and unleashes his powers because it's something that I noticed is he didn't die in the end of this one.
no, and that's sort of supposed to like, oh yeah, it's supposed to basically kill him. It's like that sword does like that sword does nothing to him.
Yeah,
Literally.
it literally did nothing. Like, let's get into the sword, shall we? Because this is the bit that bothers me the most about that
Uh,
film, where it just felt like it was forced in just to lose it, so to make tension for the next movie, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Out of all of the
Yeah.
things that were readily available to you, so that you could have used, so okay, so her and Art have again big spoilers. I've already said it enough. I'm not saying it again. Fuck you.
Rivalry.
Her and Art have a big sword fight, chainsaw fight, and the little niece is in danger. The bitch with the fucked up face gets
Uh,
stabbed and her blood turns to acid for some reason and melts a big fucking entrance to hell in the floor of the living room, right? So while her and Art are having a fight, she's got him pinned to the wall by the sword, right? And then she looks over at her little niece who's screaming, "Ah, help me, help me, help me, ah, help, help." So she's got one of two choices now. She can either leave Art there to die, or she can run over and rescue her niece. Right? It is her niece. Yeah, it is her niece. Problem,
uh,
though, that I have with that, she doesn't leave Art skewered to the wall by a sword so he can't escape, or he'd have more difficulty escaping, or possibly even kill himself off. No, she decides to take a different route. She takes the sword out of Art and out of the wall, runs over to the niece, and then uses the sword to try and pull her up.
yeah, yeah.
And
You
she
could have.
holds it, this sharp, which we clearly have seen is a sharp weapon. She holds it by the blade.
My question is, how is her hand not sliced in half?
That's question number one. Question number two, there was literally 101 other things. I don't know how many pieces of furniture were broken in that scene, but you could have literally just grabbed one of them. Or, better yet, you could have just leaned down into the hole, grabbed her by the fucking shirt, and dragged her up.
Dude, it's just.
It would have made infinitely more sense. Art could have. Okay, so again, big spoilers. I'm done saying it now. You've had enough warnings. If you're still here and you've had it spoiled, I don't want to fucking hear it, right? you could have still had a thing where Art had the sword stuck in him, and then to make the sword disappear, camera pans round after she's dropped her into the hole, because you can still have that plot point. After she accidentally drops her in the hole, you could turn around and Art and the sword are both gone. You could still have that exact same scene. But no, instead, you've got a character doing an intentionally stupid thing. I get that she's got like adrenaline and stuff, but she's been in this situation before where she's had to quick think. So it's not the fact that it's just first time fuck up. No, that's not a good excuse.
Yep. Yep.
And who uses a sword and grabs it by the blade end? What did you think was going to happen?
And also, can I just mention one thing?
Mm.
When did she have Wolverine's healing factor?
Yeah, when did that become a thing? Because she's
It's
still
like,
got scars and
what?
shit on her face from the first movie, right? So
Yeah.
what determines that this activates? Because she says clearly herself in the movie, I've got scars, hideous scars were the words that she used, all over my body, right? Why didn't they heal then? What, and if so, what,
And
and
also,
it's
why
just
didn't they
triggering
awaken
now,
5 years ago?
but yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's just triggering now, what triggered it? Was
It's
it the
like, oh
trauma?
yeah,
Because it wasn't exactly more traumaful than the last time. You lost your mum last time.
yeah, and you also almost lost your brother.
Yeah, multiple times. Multiple times. And you also nearly
Literally.
drowned and went to hell, pretty much.
Yeah.
So what triggered
So
it? So I'm not gonna lie, it's not a terrible movie, like, but
no,
don't
but
think too much into it. But because I'm a person who likes
same here.
cinematography and stuff like that, and animation and like looking deep into animation. Where did that come from? Like the mise en scène and everything, and like analyzing shit. Because I'm one of
Yep.
those people, I can't help but look at the plot. It makes no sense, man. Why would she use the sword? Why would she do that? Again, there's curtains there. She could have cut the curtains down and handed that down to her. Or again, leave Art skewered and use one of the millions of pieces of broken furniture that's like resting around the floor. Or, like I said, reach down into the hole and pick her up, and she could have dropped her because she's still soaked and covered in blood. You still could have had that.
Well, dude, and the thing is too, right? What I don't understand is that she goes, "Oh, okay." It's like, wait, what? Like the Wolverine, okay,
Hmm.
like, and then it leaves it off at that. Like, wait, what? That's it?
And what
It's
they've
like
done
that's
is
that.
they've kind of done it on Buffy the Vampire Slayer logic, haven't they? So like, there's only one born that can kill this thing, this entity. So whenever there's
Yeah,
one of these things that come to Earth, there's another Slayer, if you like. I suppose that's the best word to use. There's another Slayer that's born with it.
yeah, but so was her brother.
Yeah,
So
like,
like,
well, her brother didn't have any of the powers, did he? He was just a regular guy, I guess. But I don't understand. Like,
but
is it she's picked? Because her dad started drawing out the clown. Like they've done a bit with her dad, and unless in number 4, it's like the best written, most handcrafted thing.
I hope so.
I hope so because they need to explain what's going on with the dad.
Cause yeah, apparently Sierra's gonna be Doom Guy now. You
Yeah,
know,
you're gonna go to
traveling to
hell
hell.
battling demons.
It's like, okay, my question is, like I said, where's the Pale Girl? Where is she at?
How is she gonna get to hell? What's gonna happen to her? I was gonna say daughter then. What happens? What's happening to her niece in the meantime? What's happening with Art because he's not in hell? He's alive. Like I said, he survived this movie. Also, that bit at the end where he was on the bus, that bit freaked me out because they left it for way too long.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Like I was
it's just
expecting a jump scare, and I was just thinking, oh,
uh,
they're gonna leave it, and he's just gonna keep staring off into the middle distance. But then at the very last second, he's like,
well, it's just weird how I don't know that last scene. He's just all calm about it, and
yeah.
just there's you don't see. It's like he's like, well, almost died.
Even with
Well,
my new
guess,
powers, I almost died.
and then literally he just looked defeated.
Yeah,
It's like, wait a minute. Why is the antagonist going to be why is why does he feel defeated
when he's
if
won.
he took something from her that's the most important thing in her life?
Not only that, but she's lost the sword, the only thing that can kill him. Because, again, now that he's a demon, he can be damaged all the livelong day. But I mean, he lived without an head. His body survived without a head. So
Yeah.
more or less now functionally immortal.
Yeah, and also the thing is too, why why does he look defeated? Again, why is he why? Because you could tell from Art's like perspective, like, damn, I almost got defeated, and does this really feel like a victory?
Yeah, like
Like, you
that's
know what I
like
mean?
imagine now he just gets depressed and he's like, I don't even want to do it anymore.
He's like, you know what? I might as well just give back her niece. Like, just
Give
here you
up.
go.
Go back to hell. I'm bored. If I get all these superpowers and I still can't beat this little high school chick.
How the hell? Yeah, that's my question. Wait a minute. How the hell do you have all these powers, right? But
Mm,
yet you still lose?
yep.
How?
Still, obviously because it's movie logic, but taking that out of
But
it,
still,
yeah. How? You
like,
can you can literally control people that you've made to go insane. You can turn them into your mouthpiece, right? You
yes.
can make them do things to themselves that they would never do. Like, okay, I've got to find
Oh gosh, not the.
yeah, I'm gonna talk about that scene. I've just got to try and find a very tactful way of doing it. So
That freaked me out, bro.
yeah,
Ooh.
it freak the you will only understand this if you've watched the movie. The glass scene, not the bath scene, the glass scene, and that's about as much as I can explain. That made me want to be sick because
I don't know. It's
I'm
just something
a
with.
flaming heterosexual. I love a vertical smile.
Oh yeah,
A
yeah. The
vertical
glass
smile
scene.
is a vertical smile is one of my most favorite things on this planet. It genuinely is, and that thing that she did to that thing. Mm-mm. And the
Yeah,
sound design,
and you
the
heard the
sound design.
scratching.
Yep,
The sc-
that's scraping against something that it shouldn't be.
oh, oh, oh.
So, yeah, the
And the thing
glass
is,
scene. I'm not even a woman, and that made me feel sick.
dude, same. It's just like, well, even with the bath scene, right? When
Mm.
it comes down to wrists, right? I don't know. Like, when it comes down to wrists, bro, I don't know why. It just, oh, I
Throats
don't
for me
know.
are the thing. Whenever a throat, um, thing,
It's
yeah,
unalived.
whenever
Yeah, yeah.
whenever a throat unaliving happens in a movie, I get this weird tight feeling in the center of my neck, and I don't know
Uh,
why.
yeah,
It's like because
I'm the
I
same with
imagine what
wrists.
it would feel like because I can think about it now and I know exactly what it'd feel like that you the
Ugh.
two the hard bits in your neck, right? I can just imagine what that would feel like and it makes me want to throw up. I hate it.
Well, dude, I'm the same with wrists. Like, I literally right when the bath scene happened. Oh my gosh, I was like, ooh, I had to hold my wrist. I was like, ooh,
Yep.
ooh,
Well,
ooh. I was
I
like,
can just
oh,
imagine. So I could imagine being a woman, right? Sitting that now. Women know their own anatomy,
yes,
shall we
of
say,
course.
right? Off by heart. They know what their own anatomy feels like, they know what sensations are like. So if you and me can think about what it feels
Uh-huh.
like
Yeah,
to
yeah.
have a throat unalive or a wrist unalive, right? Imagine what the women feel because they know what owning a vertical
Oh,
smile is actually like.
oh.
Fucking. Oh, I don't like it.
I
No.
don't know, bro. It's just,
Yo,
uh,
you ever cringe so hard that you turn it into some 1940s stereotype Jewish character? Oh, I
like
don't like
literally
it.
turn into the
I don't
Tasmanian
like
devil.
it. Fuck, man.
Literally.
But can we just let's get off this. Let's get off that. Um, one thing I do have to say about it. It's a great movie. Like it's not well, actually, it's not great. It's a good movie. Don't get me
It's
wrong.
okay, in
It's
my
good.
opinion. It's okay.
But the one thing that really bugs me, I don't know if it's the costume or if they've actually made some changes, but his face looks more defined, like it looks more chiseled than the last one, and his eyes, I can't describe it, but his eyes look different. I
Oh
can
my
They look
gosh.
whiter, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know if
yeah.
it's just the red making the white pop, or if they've actually changed the color contacts in his eyes, but it doesn't look great. The eyes just, it's something about it for me. I'm always a person who notices eyes anyway,
Yeah.
and it's just freak. It's just freaky. It's really freaky.
Well, dude, like I said, bro, like I don't understand. Like, I mean, it's okay. Don't get me wrong. It's okay to me, right? But at the same time, it's like, it could have been so much better.
Like,
It could have been. I
bear in
don't know.
mind, he can. One thing I really hope doesn't happen, though, this is something that I've been thinking about quite a bit. I really like the first two movies. Honestly, I've got to say, the first and second Terrifier, they've got to
Yeah.
be. They're in my top five, easy. They're in my top five
Yeah.
horror movies. They're not in number one spot. I gotta say, it'd probably be 4 and 3, right?
Hmm.
It's gonna be 4 and 3 for me. I mean, I would rank them,
Really?
but I'd probably get bullied because my number one is Babadook, and it's not that scary of a film. It's
Oh.
just it sets me on edge. So, but
Oh,
anyway,
with the crawly, like the creep,
with the
like
creepy, yeah, the cockroach with sound effect kind of thing. So I forgot where I was going with that. Yeah, but what I really hope they don't do is give it the Fast and Furious treatment. Where there's like, because this it's so cheap to make. Obviously, the Fast and Furious movies aren't, but they've got money to burn. But because these movies are
hmm
so dirt cheap to make, that they're just one a year or one every 2 years for the next 15 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just shitting sequels out over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like they're good because it's over the top kills, but how long before the violence gets gratuitous? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Like the first one, great, sets up the premise, you know. Second one shows that he's got his powers, shows that he's not just your regular run of the mill murder. I can't say that word. Unaliver, shows that he's not your run
Yeah.
of the mill unaliver. Third film sets the stakes again for some reason, just like ups the stakes. So this next bit should be the finale to it all. If
Yeah.
there is a fake out ending and Art comes back, I am gonna be very
Oh boy.
disappointed, and I will not
Oh
watch
boy.
another one of those movies. Because I just
Yeah.
can't. Because David Howard Thornton does an amazing job at playing out the clown. He genuinely does. Because he's not only is he terrifying, well, yeah, as the title suggests, but he's also a really good clown.
Oh yeah.
Like, he's genuinely funny sometimes, and all that without saying a word too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can
Agreed.
tell exactly what emotions on his face when you look at him as well.
Oh yeah. I agree.
So we're past the point of no return, Tony. So we should probably wrap it up. Um, so in closing, if you had to rate Terrifier 3, from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, no, yeah, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best, what would you rate it?
Um. Probably like a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, it's funny, I was gonna say a 6.5, at a push a 7, at a really, really hard push a 7. If you really muddy the lines and ignore,
Ooh.
bless you,
Excuse me.
if you really ignore all the bad shit, and there is a fair share of bad shit to be fair, it's still only a 7 maximum from me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's just hope that in the next 2 3 years he spends some time actually crafting out the story, because trying to bless you again,
Oh, excuse me.
but trying to get
Good,
all
thank
that, the whole lore into one movie is going to be difficult.
you. Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know how he can up the kills from there. I mean, obviously, the Mickey Mouse scene and everything else, the glass scene. I don't know how he can up the violence from there, to be honest.
Well. Yeah. What can you do though? You know.
Exactly. Only time will tell. So,
Time will tell.
do you want to wrap it? Do you want to call it?
Uh. Yep. Yeah. After all that. Oh boy.
Good movie. Good movie. Could have been better. Wasn't dog shit. All we can ask for,
No.
really. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching this episode. Go to our sponsor. Was it Giuseppe's free foreskin removal? I can't remember. The
Yeah.
gag.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go to the description. There'll be a tag. 100%. I can't even remember the gag that I wrote for this episode. To be honest. Yeah. Drink Tappy Tap. It's great. It's good stuff. Yep.
I love
I
it.
think that's it. I think, yeah, we'll see you on the flip side. Yeah, peace.
Yep. Take care, y'all.
Oh, that had a bit of sick in it.
Yeah. You're fat.
And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are